Let's get to the news this morning, and a man threatening his daughter with a gun. That tops our stories. He puts a community on high alert as well. News Channel 5's Cuthbert Langley joining us now live from the CJC with the very latest on this. I don't see how in the world this has to be a very scary situation for the daughter and really the whole people around, all the people around that area.
Absolutely, Steve. And to make matters even more scary for a lot of people, this guy is accused of being drunk during this whole situation as well. Here's what happened. Police are saying that 44-year-old Hubert Rucker went to his daughter's home armed with a pistol, demanded to see his wife, who was at the home. But when the daughter refused to tell her father where the wife was, he sped away from the scene. But things get even more complicated than that. As he was driving to this gas station there on Smith Springs Road, police say they received a 911 phone call from somebody who saw the suspect shooting a gun out of his car. Now, police were able to track down Rucker to the gas station where they say he appeared to be quite drunk. In fact, he couldn't even stand up on his own as he was pumping gas, according to affidavits. Now, when officers questioned Rucker, he admitted that he was driving and that he did fire those shots. And to make matters even worse, he even had a passenger in the car during this entire situation. Once Rucker told police what happened, that he was drunk, that he fired the gun, he showed police where the gun was in the car, and they immediately took him into custody. So this morning, Steve, he is facing more charges than just a DUI. We're talking aggravated assault and a couple of weapons charges as well, because of course it's illegal to be firing a gun out of your car while you're driving down the road. Now, he is still in jail this morning, and thankfully though there are absolutely no injuries to report. We're live at the CJC this morning. I'm Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5 HD.
Cuthbert, thank you. This just in now. Construction workers helped stop a robbery before it even began. Police say the workers noticed two men putting on ski masks, so they quickly called the police. The suspects ran away. Police managed to run down one of those suspects. Clarence Wright admitted that yes, he and another suspect were planning on an armed robbery. Police found a gun and a ski mask at the scene. Good work by those construction workers. A fire broke out behind a church on Mayfair Avenue earlier this morning. The call went out around 1 o'clock about 6 hours ago. Luckily, it was contained to only the abandoned shed. Fire crews had it knocked down in just a matter of minutes. Happening today, a brutal triple murder suspect must decide if he wants to keep his plea deal or not. Lorenzo Jenkins is facing the death penalty for 3 murders from 2012. He already agreed to plead guilty to the murders, but decided yesterday to reject that deal. The judge gave him overnight to think about it. Police say Jenkins stabbed and killed Wendy Sullivan and her parents, Patrick and Deborah. It's believed the Sullivans were selling drugs at the time of the murders back in 2012. A man is facing charges after letting 13 animals literally starve to death. Clarksville PD telling us that Jonathan Brooks agreed to watch the animals, 4 dogs, 5 cats, a couple of birds, even 2 guinea pigs, for some friends who were going away for military training. When a second person came to check on the pets, that person found all of the animals dead. Investigators say they had absolutely zero food in their systems. Brooks is free on bond right now, facing several counts of animal cruelty. A rough night, as Leland pointed out, in the skies, and a rough night on the field for the Vanderbilt Commodores in their season opener. Bad weather delayed the game for nearly 2 hours. News Channel 5's Deja Knight is live on West End again this morning for us, just as you were yesterday. A lot of excitement yesterday, getting ready for the season to begin. Not so much excitement, though, this morning for the new head coach, Derek Mason.
Yeah, definitely not, Steve. I'm sure that they were not happy to see that scoreboard at the end of the night. The game didn't end until 1:15 this morning, so it was definitely tough on the players and the fans as well, who had to sit there through the weather and through the game itself. So the scheduled kickoff was for 8:15. It was delayed due to heavy rain and lightning. Fans weren't even allowed into the stadium while the lightning was striking. Players aren't allowed on the field until 30 minutes after the last strike, which happened around 8:30 last night. And then both teams still had to warm up. So the game, it finally got underway around 10. But once the rain died down, well, unfortunately, things didn't get much better for the Doors or for Coach Mason. Temple forced 7 turnovers and earned its first win over a SEC team since 1938. And hopefully before next week, they'll get the quarterback situation situated. They tried 3 different quarterbacks during the course of that game. Vandy's lone touchdown happened when in the second quarter when Oren Burks jumped on a loose ball in the end zone. So like we said, final score 37-7 here at Vanderbilt Stadium. Next week, they'll be taking on an even tougher opponent, Ole Miss, over across the way at LP Field. That game starts at 3:30 next Saturday. Steve, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Asia, thank you. Thousands were out also last night for Live on the Green. Vanderbilt even had medics on standby because earlier in the day it was just so hot. They say just because people are not thirsty does not mean they cannot become dehydrated, and alcohol can make things worse. That has a tendency to sneak up on you if you're not paying attention. Hey, one thing you won't have to worry about on the roads this weekend would be construction. TDOT announcing plans now to halt all lane closures on interstates and state highways. Crews will pick it back up on Tuesday. They're going to pack up at noon today, and they won't be back on the job until 6 o'clock Tuesday morning. So hopefully some smooth traveling.